It's May 2nd, 2025, and I'm in my school gym failing my bench PR of 175 pounds. Anyways, walking to my English class, as this was a club during lunch, so you gotta go to class after. So I go to my English class, I'm just doing my work and all, and then one of our school security guards comes in and he asked for me. Now, I was really confused as I never really got into trouble a lot when I was in high school. I'm sat in front of my dean and she asked me, "Do you know why you are here today?" And I said, "Not particularly. No, I couldn't tell you." And she's like, "Well, we'd like to inform you that you have been suspended from school for 4 days. And I go to her, I'm like, "Well, why? Why is this happening?" And she's like, "Well, there's this rumor going around that you and your friends plan to grape a girl." I'm like, "What?" Eventually, she tells me 2 girls have came in and told her about this, that me and my friends plan to assault a girl. But the thing is, these girls aren't the girl that we are apparently going to assault. So these 2 different girls who were not apparently related to what we said are not even involved in it, but yet they come to the office and they say this. So I'm very dumbfounded and I have no idea why it's happening. I believe that it's because this girl, one didn't particularly like me very much. The main girl with her friend who reported this false claim. So I go home that day, and even my own mother doesn't believe me that much, and that's hurt a lot. She thought I had something to do with that. I tried to tell her I didn't, and she didn't believe me. I sat down that night crying myself to sleep because I knew I was cooked. I knew how screwed I was. I knew the magnitude of something like this most people cannot recover from, but you can if one thing happens, if your friends back you up. That did not happen. After the 4 days of break, it was basically a break from school, and it felt honestly kind of good. It was super long and I did nothing but play Warzone all day. Eventually, time is inevitable, and I eventually had to go back to my school. Going back to school that day was probably one of the hardest days of my life, honestly the worst. I go to first period, and before any of that, just walking into school in the hallway, I have so many eyes on me pointing and whispering and talking about me. I'm already know, oh, I'm cooked. I get to first period where I thought was one of my best friends at the time. I'm like, "Yo, what is going on and what are people thinking about me? What are people saying?" And he basically tells me, "Yeah, me and the guys, me and our entire friend group who you thought were your best friends, basically told everyone that you probably did it and that we don't want anything to do with you anymore." Now that hurt a lot, as I knew some of these kids since elementary school, and I genuinely thought I would be friends with these kids until the day I died. And now I know that sounds corny, but it's just how I felt at the time. I eventually get out of first period, and then probably the hardest part of my day comes, and that's my second period. And that's the class I have with this girl I was apparently going to assault. I consider her a friend of mine. I talked almost every day, and there, it's PE and it's outside, so you get dressed, and eventually I walk out to the class. And it was probably the worst sight I ever have seen in my life. And it's just the entire class looking at me and pointing and whispering. And at this point, I'm so overwhelmed by emotions, as I have been containing this for up to a week now, of being sad, realizing I'm cooked. And I get this overwhelming sense of fear, and I break down and cry in front of my entire class. I crawl to a corner and I cry by myself, and it was probably the most humiliating moment of my life, and I promised myself that day I would never cry in front of people again. Now, essentially, for the next month of school, as this happened in May and our school ends in June, I was alone. I was so isolated. I had no friends. I had a very handful amount of friends. They were more like acquaintances, as I kept away from about everybody. This situation still affects me to this day, as I am totally isolated now at school. I have more friends than I did before, but I don't have a group, and not really a cohesive friend group. It's more like I'm friends with random people who don't really know each other, except for a few. But it really gets to you being isolated all the time. You know, you see all these people out there with their friends, and you just wish, wow, that could have been me if it weren't for this rumor. Now, to the girl who made these claims about me, I just like to say, you. You really ruined my life, for high school at least, not of course for the rest of it, but my high school life has been ruined by you, and I hope you know that. But I wish you the best, of course. I hope you have a great high school life and that everything goes well for you. Anyways, the school day continues and it's horrible. I have to eat lunch by myself, which I haven't done since like elementary school, because no one wants to be around me essentially. And this was probably my biggest fear as a freshman, was not having friends and eating lunch by myself. And this played into the fact that I got betrayed by the closest group of friends of mine. I'm not surprised, as if you really look into it, these people were not my friends. I have examples. My first example was that, okay, one time me and my friends were having a kickback on the beach, and I invite one of my friends over who I thought was closest. He was in this main group. He doesn't get back to me until we're in person at school on Monday. And I'm like, yo, why didn't you get back to me? I wanted you to come. I DM'd you and I snapped you and I texted you. And he's like, you don't matter as much to me as this friend. If this friend DM'd me, I would have came. And I just realized, damn, that really hurt. This kid is not my friend. Another example was all of our group would always come together to this one friend's house. Everyone in the group was invited, and we all get together like about once a month, and I'm on Snapchat snapping my friend, and I get a snap, and it's my entire friend group at this friend's house. I'm just like, yo, I snap him, why didn't you guys invite me? And I don't get a response until Monday, and that response is, oh, we forgot about you. So right there, I realized none of these people are my friends, and they don't really like me. And the reason why I didn't walk away is my biggest fear as a freshman was not having friends. Even if I knew these friends were fake, I'd rather be with fake friends than be alone, which is probably the stupidest decision I have made as a freshman. And I will say this to everybody out there. If you're in a similar situation as me, where you sense your friends are fake, but you're afraid to be by yourself or eat lunch by yourself, be by yourself. It's so much better to be by yourself than to when you get into a situation where you really need friends to back you up and you think these people are your friends but they just abandon you. It probably hurts a lot more than being stared at sitting by yourself at lunch. Now, getting back to the story, that Friday I'm preparing myself to go to baseball practice. I was on my school's freshman baseball team, and my coach actually texts me right as I'm getting dressed, and he says, you're kicked off this team. You are no longer on my baseball team. And he tells me the school kicked me off, not him. But this year, I was talking to the vice principal. I'm like, yo, did you guys kick me off my baseball team last year? He's like, no, you're only suspended for the days you were suspended at school. Otherwise, you were still on the team. So basically, my coach lied to me in that there's so much pressure on this situation that even my coach kicked me off the team, and he lied straight to my face. Now, I will say one good thing has came out of this, and that was my conversion to Catholicism because of it. When I was, the Friday I came back from school that night, I really thought about just myself that night. Now, it wasn't genuine thinking of it, but the idea kept coming to mind when I was going to sleep that night. And I cried out to God that night, and I said, Lord, please be with me. I'm so alone right now. Please comfort me in your arms while I struggle through this. And I felt a presence. I felt something that night, and that's my main cause for believing Christianity and Catholicism mainly, but it's for another video. I don't need to go into depth about faith in this video, but I will say, follow Jesus Christ if your life is really getting that hard. Jesus will save you, and he will help you tremendously. It helped me a lot, and I believe can help so many people out. I'd like to say thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate very much that you watched this, as I've been planning to make this video for about 6 months now. I was just waiting for the 1-year anniversary since this happened to me, and I just like to say thank you so much for watching all the way to this, and I hope you like and subscribe to the video, you follow this if you're on Instagram, and that you have a great, wonderful day, and God be with you.